Hi, what's going on, nerds? Welcome to a brand new series here on the channel. Today, we're going to be starting up a new game for me. I saw this game, it was like $1 on Xbox, so I wanted to pick it up because it's interesting to me. But it's a little game called the Innsmouth Case. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Innsmouth stuff, it's literature from H.P. Lovecraft from forever ago, and it's something that's always interested me. And I've actually never read it. I've just read, like, excerpts from it and whatnot. But what up, Justin? Hey, Tiny Satan. Kang. Welcome to the stream, guys. How we doing? So this is going to be pretty slow-paced adventure game. I'm pretty sure it's a point-and-click. But, yeah, let's go jump into it. Let's see how it is. Boston, Massachusetts. Your office. So this is how every single Call of Cthulhu game pretty much starts out, just to let you guys know. Forward. We are fans of the strange world of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of H.P. Lovecraft. This game has been produced by a group of people who believe in inclusion and equality. That's a very fucking important message right there. I do enjoy his works quite a bit, but he was a very fucked up individual with a lot of fucked up beliefs too, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I like that though. That's very good of them. The progress story will be saved in the end of each chapter. There are 35 chapters in total. At the end of each chapter, the screen fades to black and green. Save icon appears in your bottom right corner of the screen. We recommend you always end the game after you save the point to make sure none of your progress is lost. Boston, 21st September. The rays of sunshine filter through the blinds of your empty office. A pathetic stench of whiskey, cold cigarette smoke, and canned ravioli fills the air. The screeching tires of the constant beeping of car horns out there on the street that you tell it's gone 8 p.m. People are on their way home, finishing their day. You should join them. You decide to stay at my desk. Your day was long and frustrating. You are running out of ideas on how to handle the calls of people who want money from you. A cold shiver runs down your spine as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. On top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady. You're 2 months behind on rent. The next one is a 3-figure invoice from games company for an in-app purchase. That's funny. You try to claim a business expense in your last investigation, but somehow your client refused to pay. Then there's the second reminder from your internet provider threatening to cut off your connection. You might take legal action because without the internet, you can't work or live. What you really need, more in-app purchases. Your lawyer, a cigarette. A cigarette. You're toying with the idea of a cigarette when you catch a glimpse of an unpaid bill from your doctor. Maybe you don't need to smoke after all. You breathe a deep sigh. It may not have been a successful day, but at least it's over. You're looking forward to a classic Friday night, watching old mysteries at home in sweatpants and getting drunk on cheap booze. Since the early afternoon, you have been staring at a foreboding bottle of liquor at the end of the room. Up until now, a vague sense of professionalism has kept you from drinking yourself into oblivion, but nothing stands in the way. So who was it? The door slowly cracks open with a timid creak. The unknown guest pauses, then in a breathy, melodic tune, you hear a woman utter, "Hello?" Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize you haven't cleaned your office all this year. Bite her in. By the light of the desk lamp, you now see a more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office, no doubt older than 40, maybe 50. Hard to say. Clad in black, skin-tight dress, culminating in delicate that seems to defy the laws of gravity. A smoky eyeshadow, dark as algae washed ashore, blonde, coiffed, wavy hair under a dark beret. The faint light of setting in catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many heads this woman must have turned during her prime. She completely different from your usual customers. Nervous bankers with sweat stains under their armpits, convinced their wives have something going on with the mailman. Every move she makes is a calculated grace. Smooth as an eel, she walks towards you and sits down in the corner of your desk. Determined, she walks towards you, sits down in the corner of your desk, which is a little bold, which makes you blush. Which is a little bold without asking you first, but as a professional, you're not giving anything away. She seems to want to play the seductive damsel in distress, the quiet, amused voice of your subconscious pleas that the stranger may be sharing her enthusiasm for film noir cliches. A far louder voice surprised that the woman seems to think that the sexy pose revealing clothes will win you over, and both voices agree that they don't like being manipulated. You don't think the stranger perched on your table is trying to recover from a hard working day as a lingerie model, therefore you see no logical response for her behavior. When she begins to speak, her voice is smoky and full of promise. "My name's Dylan Marsh. I'm looking for a private investigator. I was told you're one of the best." Kiss her hand. She extends her hand. Come to the right place, lady. Come to the right place, lady. What can I do for you? You sit back in your chair and fold your hands over your stomach. The woman seems a little irritated. Her provocative behavior seems to have no effect on you. She moves to the edge of the desk and sits down in her chair opposite her. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. She clears her throat. As she continues to speak, the smoky seductiveness creeps back into her voice. My name's Dahlia. I need help. Ask for more details. It's about my daughter, Tabitha. She has disappeared. You're pulling out a paper and pencil. Is gonna be walking the park and walking in the kidnapped kids park. Well, when did you last see her and where? The one puts a fake smile. We live in Innsmouth. It's a small port town north of Arkham. You frown. It's a bit vague. What's your child doing when you last saw her? What hobbies does she have? Oh, you know, kid stuff. Kid stuff. They just run around, play with their yo-yos, that sort of thing. Dahlia nervously combs her hands through her hair. Yo-yos. Hold on, yo-yos, ring, ring. Can you hear that? 90s calling, and they want their outdated toys back. Dahlia blushes. Normally, you would find this quite attractive, but in the case of a missing girl beckons you utterly unconvinced by the way this woman pretends to be a mother. Damn! Confront her. Something's fishy. You have a nose for sort of thing. That's why you became a private investigator, or a bit more precise, is why you took an online detective course. That online detective course for a one-off fee, provide necessary qualifications and time to make your visitor to a task. What'd you call me? Why did you come to me? Yeah. Get out of chair. Innsmouth is several miles from here. Why do you want to hire me? I wouldn't even hire myself. Dahlia crosses her arms. What do you care? Nothing to, do you want to be paid or not? Charge extra expenses. Right now, I want the truth. Right now, I just want the truth. You're sticking to your principles. That's exactly what your instructor warned you about. Still, it feels good. Dahlia takes a step back and releases her tightly crossed arms. Already tried loads of other investigators, but one who seems trustworthy, really, but no luck. That's why I come into you. Ouch. Ask more questions. Dahlia nervously combs her hands through her hair. Does your daughter have any friends? What her father look like? She's only 8 and the sweetest girl you can imagine. She's been missing about a trace since last week. None of her schoolmates have seen her. No one knows where she might have gone. She hands you a photo. Look, that's my little munchkin. Oh, shit. Good heavens, it's supposed to be a joke. Is that really the face of child or a shoddy photo edit? You filmed part of a TV reality show, but stomach acid and the last bite of lunch slowly make surely their way up into the back of your mouth. Damn! I'm gonna throw open the desk drawer. Hastily turn it aside, open the lower drawer, and immediately vomit another pile of pills you've forgotten. This job will be the death of you. Sheepish, but somewhat relieved, you close the drawer again and gently wipe your mouth when you stand up and stare into Dahlia's Marsh's raging face. Do you just vomit at the sight of my daughter? Unpleasant. That was my alcohol medication problem. With the back of your hand, you swipe the slime off your chin. That was just my alcohol and medication problem, you reply. Dahlia continues to stare at you like something a cat has left something outside the front door. I see, she says. Matter of you spontaneous vomiting seems moot, quickly forgotten. You should be concerned that it brought this story so easily. What about Tabitha's father? He separated often children when appear with family members. Dahlia smiles sadly. My little one can't swim well enough for that yet. Your pen remains in the exact same spot in the notepad. Was that supposed to be mean? Dig deeper, yeah. Excuse me, but you're struggling to find the right words to respond to such a cryptic statement. What the hell do you mean by that? The kid can't swim enough. Turns up her nose and she doesn't seem comfortable with you asking personal questions. Still responds, oh, just an old saying in our village. She smiles but doesn't reach her eyes. Dahlia turns her gaze away from you and looks dreamingly. No, longingly out the window. Her father was a fisherman like most in the village. A few years ago, he went out to sea but never returned. His boat was washed ashore weeks later. His colleagues told me that he had finally followed the call of the waves. You keep quiet for a moment. Deceased family members are always a sensitive subject. My sincere condolences. She seems calm. Oh, somewhat I always knew that moment would come. I think my husband is in a better place now, and at some point, I'll join him. Take a closer look at Dahlia's outfit. Judging her by her behavior and clothes, you never would have taken her to be a fisherman's wife. You inquire about financial situation. Details on the case. Any friends? Does your daughter have any friends she might be staying with, classmates, sports club members, anything like that? Dahlia silently shakes her head. Very strange. You're about to ask if the girl had least imaginary friends, but you hold back. No further questions. You mumble more into yourself to her. Dahlia stretches her neck imperceptibly. No doubt she would like to take a look at your notebook. Your pen hovers over the notes you've taken. Missing daughter, dodgy lady. That's it. You worked with Les. Accept the case. You nod. Missing persons case, nothing unusual. The conventional little girl runs away from the home after reading her first romance novel. Usually they hide at the edge of the forest or in a library. Should be pretty straightforward. Before you can say anything, she drops a photo of her child and roll of bills on your desk for your expenses. You nod slowly, trying to drool down the front of your shirt. You have seen this much money in ages. Excuse me. You don't have much time to prepare. A quick search reveals only one bus goes to Innsmouth, only once a day. A pattern emerges in your research. A few news items related to the little coastal town are all about missing persons. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles that praise the coastal town, a secret holiday destination. Best fish, untouched beach promenade. Authentic fishing people are the reoccurring buzzwords. Dahlia is giving you the address which you're supposed to drop off her daughter as soon as you find her. She also wrote down her phone number on the child's photo. Take another look at the picture before you pack your things. Next morning, you travel by bus. Why the fuck would I hitchhike? Alright, the next day. Your journey begins at the busy bus station. There was supposed to be a bus line that departs from Innsmouth. Buses, you think yourself, are not only environmentally friendly means of transportation, but they're also easy on the wallet. Sadly, departure boards aren't much of a help. New York, Maine, Rhode Island, no trace of Innsmouth at any destination. You wander around for a bit until you notice a cleaner eating a sandwich on the side of the vending machines. Talk to the cleaner. Excuse me, where can I find the bus to Innsmouth without letting go of a sandwich? The cleaner points at a abandoned account at the dingiest corner that public bus station could be capable of. The man gives you a nod, indicating that anything could be said has indeed been said. You find the counter elaborately decorated with cobwebs, a bit early for Halloween preparations, but at least someone's made an effort. But at the moment, nobody seems to be there. You press your face against the plastic window to peer into the room's behind. Hello? Hello? Is anyone in there? I have to go to Innsmouth. No one there. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a bus ticket appears on the counter. Might this trip be free? Just take the ticket, yeah. Yoink! In all likelihood, the ticket was already on the counter. Simply hadn't noticed it before. If someone would just have paid it and just left it there. This is what you tell yourself while you are looking for a departure gate, which ticket you're in your hand. Where's the bus hiding? Between the polished greyhounds, the travelers stowing their luggage, saying goodbye, and dropping off entirely into the seats. There's a kind of dumpster, a dumpster with windows and wheels. No, it's actually a bus, a bit on the rusty side, and even from the distance, you sense a strange smell it emits. Is that sulfur? You're not convinced how things is supposed to be drive, and in its vicinity, everything is noticeably quieter than the other bus stops. The people getting on the show no sign of emotion. Nobody's trying to jump the queue here. Instead, the passengers move past the bus driver at a uniform speed, one after another, shuffling up the creek steps. Each two-seater bench is occupied by individuals if they want to make it sure not to come into contact with their fellow passengers. The sign clearly says Innsmouth, no departure times, no stopovers, just Innsmouth. Show your ticket. Yeah, you hand the bus driver a ticket, no reaction. At least you can't make out a reaction. The light is poor, and the shadow of this dusty driver's cap covers almost his entire face. You know something strange in his neck, but you can't make out what it is. Make out what it might be. You're standing on the door waiting for an okay, a nod, anything. The sulfur odor increase. A queue has been formed behind you as no one is pushing or complaining. People wait quietly and patiently. Get out of here, say something, just keep walking. You shuffle sideways through the bus central aisle. You don't remember the bus looking this long from the outside. You're surrounded by shabby two-seater benches and some are already occupied. One traveler per row. The last bench is free. It looks like the upholstery is torn in some places or has been slit open. You see springs with sharp wire edges and some sticky liquid seeming to have leaked onto the floor. Why don't you just sit down in one of the free rows here? Take one in the back. Almost everything is occupied. Most of the passengers seem to have purposely sat down in aisle seats, blocking off window seats. Maybe there's an opportunity to get a little closer to the common Innsmouth visitor. Sit down with somebody. As a nonconformist, you join one of the passengers in a double seat, since only one man was so concerned to sit at the window. Your options are limited anyway. As far as you can tell, the man is a haggard figure with barely any luggage. The hood of the gray jumper pulled far onto his face. The man looks out into the street as if something very important is happening there and requires his attention. Is this seat taken? You ask politely. He turns to his head and gives you a brief once-over. Without saying a word, he turns away again. Jesus Christ, look how gross he looks. He's going to sit down anyway. Oh, look at his hands. They're all webbed and shit. All right, that wasn't a no either. You sit down and regret it instantly. The smell of sulfur is now overpowered by something else, something that smells like it's been in the sun for way too long. You're trying to catch a glimpse of what's under the hoodie. Does the person have genetic defect? Is he malnourished? You're not quite sure. Not exactly where the problem might be, but you're trying to stay professional. gonna look him over. Just before you start talking to the man next to you, just like that, take a closer look at him, which isn't exactly easy because he's constantly moving like a nervous insect. Luckily, he seems to be busy staring at the headrest of the seat in front of him. Jesus Christ, he's disgusting. You're looking at him stealthily while he's distracted at his face. You use the opportunity to thoroughly study a specimen of the Innsmouth traveler, the furrows around his mouth, the scaly surfaces of his cheeks, deep skin folds where the neck begins, covered by a wet film. You could swear there. He turns to you and glossy scrutinize you. He says, your stomach cramps up. How uncomfortable to be caught staring. You look away embarrassed. You got something on your face. You're tapping that cheek. You have something there. The person sitting next to you lifts his hand, milky white hands, and wipes his face. Gone. You lie meekly and try it with an insecure smile. A man from Innsmouth does the same to you. During the conversation, you must have missed it. His hand, it's white, milky white, slightly green at the fingertips. A thin flap of skin seemed to stretch between the fingers. This is not normal. Your subconscious whispers to you. Disgust. Disgusting, and not everyone follows such a careful body care routine as you do. You have no choice but to ignore the strange hands of your new buddy. After all, it seems as if you might be slowly approaching your destination. The bus leaves the country road and turns off a wooden sign that says Innsmouth in red flaky letters. The journey continues rather bumpily along a narrow dirt road littered with numerous plot holes in the distance. Some houses are already visible. Seagulls circling roofs and outermost edge of the city. Slowly, all the passengers take their bags out from under the seat and get ready. Curious, you look through the side window. That's odd. The bus passes a huge, this is a scrapyard parking lot. Why would something like this be here right outside the city? You pass another wooden sign, half peeled, writing advertised Innsmouth Park and Ride area. A lot of cars looks like they've been sitting there for years. Sand covers some of the bonnets and white screens. The front door of the bus opens with a squeak, and you join the monotonous line of locals stepping out on the bus in a daze, almost you walking in a step. You get closer to the exit. As you walk down the steps, you have nowhere to protect your eyes from the sunlight. Turns out the windows of the bus were tinted. The passengers shuffle off. Finally, Innsmouth, you examine your surroundings while you stretch your legs, trying to unwind from this stressful journey. No artist can have adequately captured the serenity and beauty of this place. A clear blue sky lights up the town square, which is paved with a bright limestone, surrounded by neo-colonial buildings reminiscent of 19th century New England. A fresh sea breeze, crying seagulls, and locals going about their business. In the center of the town square, the water trickles from a fountain. As you stretch your limbs and breathe in a clean air, you suddenly startled by the water feature right in front of you. As if that was enough, they appear to be a human body squirming underneath its massive claws. Their faces are contorted as yours right now. How long you've been standing there? Eyes wide open in shock, you feel utterly paralyzed. You start to scan the town square and notice more disturbing details. Every corner you spot an ornamental statues of release of fish. But they're not your classic harmless kind of fish. These are pagan symbols and grimaces of supernatural creatures from the darkest crevices in the deep sea. What the fuck? In the surrounding houses, you can see faces pressed against windows. The locals appear to be watching you. Suddenly, you start to think that its cries of the seagulls are particularly human-like. They sound like humans crying out in pain. What happened to the idyllic saying from a few moments ago? Welcome to Innsmouth. Turn around. Oh my god. Book! What up, Clue? How you doing? Welcome to Innsmouth. How nice of you to visit. A small elderly woman waves at you from afar. She beams the view if you were her long-lost grandchild. She seems very different to the boors you've met so far on the bus into town. Her squealing shakes you out in front of the nightmarish panic. It's so good to have you here. I've noticed you've taken by our local fountain. It was built in 1704 by Edward Necrotus, favorite artist of a friend Charles Dexter Tinglenast, the founder of Innsmouth. The central figure was present and was supposed to be commemorate their travels together in Cairo. You can nearly see the Egyptian influences in Necrotus' work here and here. She points wildly in every direction, and here, but I'm sure you've already noticed yourself, but you look like someone who knows the way around art, she said with a wide smile. You still in shock. What a mugshot. How you doing? She beams at you. Who the hell are you? I've not introduced myself. I'm so sorry. In front of you now stands a plump person in tasteless costume. Your rudeness doesn't seem to curb her enthusiasm and slightest. My name is Mura Pooping Place. Really? Are you fucking joking me? I'm the director of Parks Commission, Chief Tourism Officer, and head of the Welcoming Committee. Ta-da! Behind mural, there was a ramshackle wooden information stand, lovingly decorated balloons. A colorful painted sign reads, "Welcome to Innsmouth." Muriel tiptoes over to information stands and picks up a whole load of flyers and leaflets from the rickety display case. She looks down at all the paper in her arms and briefly shrieks with laughter. My goodness, why don't you take this city map to begin with? Useful. Useful, you take the map and put it in your coat pocket. Would you like to find out more about a wonderful town which has been awarded the East Coast Sunny Town Award for several years in a row? And would you? I'm good. Hey, good deal. Well, thanks for popping in, guys. Ready for this book adventure? This fucking literally just point and click adventure? Actually, I'm looking for someone. Here I am. The small plump woman starts giggling. Innsmouth welcomes you warmly. Innsmouth welcomes you warmly. So you look for someone. It's not uncommon for two lonely hearts to find out nothing in this romantic place. Muriel winks at you. Ew. Oh, hello, Muriel. Mention the missing girl. You see, I'm looking for this girl. It's always been about a girl. It's always about a girl, isn't it? Tabitha Marsh, 8 years old. Oh, sorry, that's my voice. Tabitha Marsh, 8 years old. Her mother asked me to take on the case. You take out the photo, immediately Muriel rips it out of your hand. Oh, what a cutie! I'm sorry to say I'm not heard anything about missing girl. How awful sort of thing does happen in Innsmouth. Perhaps you can have a look around at the beach or on the playground. There are a lot of kids around there. I'm sure that's where this little one will be. With unnaturally wide grin, she hands you back the photo, turns around, and quickly makes her way over to the coast with another tourist family. You head further into town along the cobbled road in the direction of the coast. Not long ago, the sun was bright in the sky, but already the first wafts off the mist are creeping on the streets. The air feels thicker than the sun can no longer penetrate the fog. Time to think that where you want to go. You slow down, you lean on your briefcase against a wall and start pacing up and down the quiet alleyway. You got an important choice to make right now. The city center is north. Even from afar, you can see the outlines of the cold, ordinarily decorated buildings at the main square. Here, you should find the police station, the main shopping square street, and of course the town hall. In a coastal town, Innsmouth also has a harbor. Research found out that this is a bustling area with a dreamy beach. You expect there to be mostly tourists. According to the research, the only hotel in the town, Gilman Hotel, is located at the old town. Thinking about checking in, you could do some freshening up and getting rid of that bus smell that's still clinging to your clothes. Just as you're about to set off with your heart leaps into your throat, you've forgotten your briefcase. This has never been happened to you. Usually takes good care of the little one you possess. Nothing you can do about this now. You have to wait until your return journey to find out what someone has handed it to the lost and found. Still, you could swear that the briefcase was already gone when you got off the bus. Oh, shit. I'd rather go to the hotel, you know. Get all cleaned up. You recognize its roof from afar, and after a long walk before you full splendor with that Gilman Hotel. It's easy to see. Once had been a glorious building, the hotel resembles an old English country estate, but it's in its present state. You could be suited as setting for a very predictable film about teenagers and chainsaw killers. Wild and withered ivy has firm grip on the walls, obscures every detail of richly decorated facade. A gallery of gargoyles melted into unreal shades by acid rain and acidic pigeon droppings lines the roof. The many windows panes have neglected for years. Only in a few places for a small area have been wiped in order to clean see outside. There are 2 cars in the parking lot, a vintage car with large rust spots and a very large gray van. Kind of van you've always been warned about as a child. Just walk towards the hotel. Decided to go in for a little walk around the estate. Your initial impression that neglect and decay is confirmed at the other side of the hotel. You pass a small garden once been very beautiful, that is, until the person in charge discovered that alcohol it's more fulfilling hobby for himself. Between weeds and waist-high patches of grass, you find tons of bottles, almost all of them high proof kind. Further back, you find piles of discarded furniture half hidden in the bushes. It seems that if they came from the hotel, someone was simply too stingy or lazy to call the bulk waste collection. The furniture seems to have been lying there for quite some time, and the rain has made the wood wet and moldy. Chairs and tables are smashed, and mattresses tattered and full of rusty brown stains. That's fucking nasty. This does not sound like a good place to fucking stay. That sounds like a shit place. You should find a different place to stay, dude. Like I said, there's only one hotel, though. I was really hoping this game would fucking have a little bit of a reading so it could be a fucking break. Like, goddamn. I need a minute. Shit. I don't know what to choose. Paint? Sure, last leg of your tour takes you past the side of the exit of the hotel, judged by the smell. There's fish on the menu. And the garbage truck clearly comes on a regular basis. Yuck, why would a business that relies so heavily on the first impression let a facade of their building decorate like this? The Gilman Hotel is probably the only one of its kind in Innsmouth, either is staying here or sleeping on the beach. Really hope the inside of the hotel can be looked after a little better than the outside, but you quickly disavowed that notion. The massive wooden doors is difficult to open. Shouldn't the staff be doing this anyway? With the loud creaking sound from the hinges and exhausted puffing, panting on your part, excuse me. You manage to open the door and enter the lobby of the Gilman Hotel. You wonder if the guests are even welcome at this place. The room is sparsely lit. There are impressive chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, which are working would perhaps be not quite give the grand hall back its original splendor, but at least convey more warmth. Your first steps tell you that you are rotten floorboards hiding under the thick carpet. The green wall paneling and wallpaper appear rotten and musty. Damn, they're really painting a really good picture of this place. Sort of wet. No way I'm gonna check in this moldy dump go to reception. Oh my god, look at this goblin here. Before you let yourself be distracted by the questionable interior design and associated health issues, you walk purposely towards the reception desk. A small greenish creature stands behind the counter. The loud humming ceiling lamp above harshly illuminates his silhouette, gives his face hard edges. You can make out every individual speck of dust and dandruff on his dark green velvet collar and crooked shoulders. Maybe they should be dimming the lights after all. The figure smiles at you, or perhaps it's more of a grin. His face unsettles you. You lean forward to the angle to get a better look at him. The corners of his mouth reach all the way up to his right up ears. His smile looks like it's been painted on. His beady lips lie in the cavity of the skull and seem to stare in the opposite directions. Has he even blinked yet? On top of it all, he smells funny. Hi, may I help you? You started to take a step back. Welcome to the Gilman Hotel. My name is Cornelius Gilman III. How may I be of service to you? The man's gaze remains unchanged, and his natural smile seems to be etched into his face. You're still surprised that he can just talk with the expression on his face. Just moments ago, you could have sworn he was a puppet. Just like now when he's not speaking. You have beautiful eyes. You have beautiful eyes, you whisper and lean over the counter. Any plans tonight? Yes, the concierge says. Okay, someone's playing too hard to get, but two can play that game. You move away from the counter with a heavy heart. I would like to book a room with you and manage not to blur it out in a different hotel. Perfect! The Gilman Hotel is delighted to be able to welcome you as a guest. May I ask whether you're in Innsmouth for business or pleasure? How long will you be staying with us? Would you prefer a view towards the beach or a skyline of an exciting town, or would you like to be woken up? Do you need sleep? Do you sleep deeply? Are you traveling alone? Do you have a family? Who knows what you're here? Can I interest you in your spa, fitness, wellness activities? Would you like to subscribe to our newsletter? Jesus fucking Christ! How long can you hold your breath? Answer all the questions. We are pleasure. Wink, wink. That's funny. Say business. I've been staying with us for about a week. As long as it takes. Favorite view? Let's go of the beach. 6 a.m. shop. You sleep deeply. Traveling by yourself. I have this goldfish named called Al. Who knows you're here? Al knows. No, damn it. Do you like going to the steam room? Are you done now? Can I go to my room? The concierge's expression did not change a tiny bit for the duration of the conversation, let alone did he blink. Thank you very much. That's all I needed to know. Now, all you need to do is sign here. He tilts a strangely shaped head over the guest register. J-Do, Noob Slayer 555. Jesus, fuck me. I love this game. Your real name. Sadly, we're all booked up this season. There's only one spare room. Here's a key for room 666. Are you fucking serious? Enjoy your stay. You look at the key, which had magically appeared on the counter. With your eyes slowly wander past a man to the wall where countless keys are hanging. Let's go to my room. Yeah. The Gilman Hotel. You look at the golden panel, the layout of the different rooms, floors. Room 666, there it is on the 4th floor, left wing of the building. You walk up the stairs, the upper floors, but you can still feel eyes of concierge to you. Panting, you finally reach your floor as the almost endless corridor spreads out in front of you. At the other ends, you can see a figure who seems to be lost as you are. The building looks much smaller from the outside. You walk down the corridor where you notice a figure approaching you. Your brain is mentally preparing for itself to be benign hotel small talk, but wait, it's you. You walk a bit further and realize you're standing in front of a mirror. That's why the corridor looks so vast. The mirror marks a fork According to the room numbers, your room should be further on the left in the corridor towards the right. You can see a small yellow sign on the floor, maintenance. Just go to a room, yeah. 2 more confusing turns and giant mirrors. You reach room 666. Finally, you're gonna drop your stuff and take a nap. Good plan. Of course, the door resists being open. Jerk the key back and forth until the lock. You hear a satisfying click sound. The soothing warmth hits you as you enter the room. Immediately, the synapses of your brain switch into energy-saving mode. Trip to Innsmouth has really taken more out of you than you had thought. You don't even notice the rest of the room. So let's unpack first. That's right, you're supposed to do something else. The little girl needs to be found, and the reward is for it to be paid to your bank account. If it's only for her to march in the closet, you realize you have nothing to unpack after your briefcase mysteriously disappeared. All you've left is a very basic survival kit, a toothbrush, and travel bottles of various care products you have stuffed in your coat pockets in a rush. You go into a bathroom position, treasures among the sink. A handful of ice-cold water is another refresh you. Good thing is you don't go straight into bed. Who knows? You might have never been woken up again. Now you feel a little more refreshed. You leave the bathroom and survey your tiny kingdom. Your place is furnished only with a few bare necessities. Your bed is flanked by a chest of drawers. At the window, there's a desk with a curved ornaments. Next to the bathroom door, there's a huge, massive dark wardrobe which extends all the way up to the ceiling. The yellowing floral wallpaper is slowly detaching itself from the walls. In some places on the wall, you can arrange a paintings elaborately decorated frames. What do you want to do now? Let's leave the room. Get down to business. You're now reasonably refreshed again and ready to face the town, armed with only your wallet, your mobile phone, and a photo of the little girl. You step out in the corridor, unlock the door room, turn to the right, the first fork, and then left again, right? Anxious to get out, you suddenly find yourself at the dead end. After trying a few other left-right combinations, you finally get the golden sign off the wall, which shows you which way to the stairs. As you walk down the circling stairs, you look at the reception on the first floor. The eerie, almost mechanical smile of the concierge greets you, as if he has nothing better to do than watch your every move. Oh, boy. Sorry. All right, you arrive downstairs and you decide to go to, let's start concierge again, see what's up with him. Nothing much has changed at the reception. A voice emerged from behind the concierge's clenched teeth. Hope you're satisfied with your room. It's perfect. I want to die here. The concierge pulls his greenish hand on his heart. So happy when the guest says this. Just get out of here. Time to go look for Tabitha. I don't know. I guess I went to Harbor by accident. That's fine. Innsmouth Harbor is signposted much better than the local hospital. You wonder if the hospital is even needed here. It's a half-hour walk, a mile-long carpet of cobblestones now ahead of you. The traffic is Boston's much more hectic, but at least they have heard of asphalt before. I don't know, my internet dropped. Oh no. My internet dropped. Oh shit. No, it didn't. Okay, cool. Just checking. Sorry about that. Cool. All right, sorry about that. Innsmouth Harbor. Yep. It's okay. We read this. As you keep walking, there are fewer and fewer residential buildings along the path. Instead, there are now warehouses that must be fish markets due to the smell. You could also hear the occasional metallic clanking from nearby workshops. People in gray raincoats are walking towards you. They probably fishermen who have some errands to run. Now and again, there's a split second when you pass another, you catch a glimpse of the faces hidden under the hoods. Puffy eyes that look suspiciously. Although there are a few clouds in the sky, there's no chance of rain, as you can tell. They're all wrapped up like that. You wonder if there's a sixth sense for approaching storms. The sound of rhythmic blows of a hammer nearby tears away from those thoughts. It'll be interesting to watch the work in a shipyard, but little Tabitha is unlikely to be here to play. From a distance, you can already see the massive boats which rise up in the sky like a row of spears. Walk along a small street in the quay and the harbor basin just behind it. Look around. The view of the harbor is splendid. Boats all the shapes, sizes are coming and going. Nets are being emptied, and fish seem to be endlessly splashing into huge freezer boxes. Local trades are being sealed with handshakes at the end of a wide headland. Excuse me, Burp City. A huge lighthouse watches majestically over the bay. Ideal postcard motive if it weren't for the people. You only know fishermen from the movies and have to admit they have certain prejudices that include they have weather-beaten skin and captains always have well-grown beards. They're either strong, silent types or hard-drinking lads who sing filthy sea shanties. But these creatures in front of you are neither majestic nor leery. They move around like tragic hunchbacks you expect to see in French cathedrals. Notre Dame reference. It's pretty good. A few yards to the right, there are a fork in the road and a road sign pointing further north. Its inscription reads Innsmouth Paradise Beach. In the far distance, you can see a building on the looks like a church. Hang on, a church on the coast? How eccentric. Let's go to the church. Church is located on the hill overlooking the harbor. You immediately draw towards it. You stroll along the docks toward the cliffs, taking the pleasant sea breeze and the hustle, bustle on the ships. Your original mission pops in your head. This place is so relaxed, just too easy to forget about the little girl. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the fishermen, the boat just moored. They're not working. In fact, they're not doing anything. They're just standing there staring at you. Feel serenity is slowly overtaken by anxiety. What are you looking at me for? You shout at them, giving them an aggressive look. You bet these little sea oafs nervous before I come across a tough city type such as yourself. One of the three still observes you with mild interest. The others are already looking at their nets. After a few yards, you turn around again. They're all gone. The crew must have disappeared below the deck in their little boat. What a strange bunch. Suddenly, it's utterly implausible to think that people in town could disappear just like that. You're a little closer to the church building now. You've really to find that there are a few dozen people outside its gates, and they are not the usual creepy Innsmouth kind. The group are just gesticulating and discussing something in a very animated manner. Normal people. As you reach the courtyard, you're able to assess the situation a little better. Two groups of the same number of people are confronting another, surrounded by a few reserved onlookers. The two shouty type, who appear to be representatives of the two camps, are facing each other. A bronze plaque is displayed above the gates to the entrance. Engraved on it, esocentric Order of Dagon. Oh, Order of Dagon! I know what that is! Ignore the crowd and go to the church. Yeah, let's go to the church. Whatever the issue might be, they clearly doesn't concern you. Two parties are so engrossed in their discussion, they don't even take note of you. You stroll right past them unnoticed. Why not? You're already there, already here after all. Almost immediately, two grumpy-looking men, clothed like fishermen, stand in your way, preventing you from entering church. Seem to have a competition going on as who can give you the most sinister look. I need to go in there. You murmur like a little intimidated. Or I don't think so, scoffs the younger of the two. Yeah, I don't think you need to go in there. This is church only for children to take on, the older one grunts. Alright, leave the churchyard then. So I had to leave. Other than religious fanatics, the Church of Dagon does not seem like much else to offer you than enough of those Boston. You look like down the sloping path for you, which have come until back in the quay wall of the harbor. You go to the beach then. The beach. Ooh, you can hear that that beach and like the seagulls in the background. That's awesome. How much chapters is this game? Like 35 chapters, I think. Let's see if I can get a. I don't really want a trophy guide. I'm looking to see how many chapters there are and shit. Okay. The beach is a creature of seagulls, an endlessly white, well, brown, okay, fine, gray beach, and the sound of the waves, clean, well, potentially clean water. The algae are way too dense to really tell. You walk in the sand and move a little closer to the water line and curious about what you might discover there. Although the sea is not stormy and the tide is low, Innsmouth Beach is not really a touristy place. Everything's simply too gray. That's what you associate with a real vacation. The sea. I know a real vacation, goddammit. The sea on the horizon, the ocean looks limitless. The rhythm of the waves is hypnotic. Spending time here is much better than visiting a dive bar next door in the furniture. In the future, you should make day trips to the road around down coastal villages more often. Lost in thought, you keep wandering over the dunes. You notice how all the colors of the sea and the beach seem to be swallowed up by the strange light conditions here. You hold your hand up to the front of your face. Your skin looks gray and matte, but still, you feel relaxed. The murmur of the sea invigorates you. You feel a deep sense of longing within you, a sense of inner peace and freedom until the techno music starts. A mountainous beach sun seems to come directly from the beach. A bar, a few 100 yards off the distance, which appears to be surrounded by a dozen people. Given the change of weather, it's perhaps a surprise which one's supposed to do with the beach apart from drink cheap cocktails and dancing to bad music. Something strange grabs your attention. A kind of cage stands up in the shallow water, perhaps 12 feet wide and deep. You walk towards the cage. Thanks to the low tide, you are able to get close to the strange subject. The sea has retreated onto the distance, and so the cage stands there, looking strangely lost. You approach, you take off your shoes and socks and turn your trousers leg up a little. Finally, you stand in front of the cage. There's a visible line on the cage about 3 feet from the ground. The metal of the top half looks quite stable. The bottom half seems normally submerged in water. Slimy black algae winds up around the metal rods. What the fuck is in there? What's strange to you is the position of the cage. Very strange. The dunes are not that far away. On your way, you notice the part of the beach as usually remains untouched by the water. There's even a high tide doesn't even go to it. You must have only walked 50 yards. Even if the tide comes and you think that the cage will actually be completely submerged in water. Was this the point of these things? You start thinking about the lobster cages and the shark cages. That's all you find here. You linger for a bit, and then you walk back to the sandy part of the beach. The cries of seagulls are increasingly drowned out by that 90s techno beat. One note is some of the people really enjoy themselves. And on another note, endless loop. One note is an endless loop. The owner of the beach bar is taking great pains to make up for some of the Innsmouth deficits. The bar is made from wooden planks and features a nice countertop and exotic canopy made from palm trees. Admittedly, the palm trees are no longer green. They're gray and dried out. It's just a demon has sucked the life out of them. But it's easy to imagine all this must have looked quite pretty once. The bar is flanked by woods, bar stools, and a few meters away. Down the ocean, 2 rows of deck chairs have been put together that people can get drunk while laying down. From a distance, the bar looked busy, but now you arrive, you realize the party is over. If it did ever take place. A dozen people hanging out, a few surfer dudes stagger around like zombies. Some of them carry around empty cocktail glasses around. Some of them yell, "Partay!" and "Woohoo!" enthusiastically. Precisely this kind of people. A guy with long hair and sunglasses nods his head in time to the techno beat and taps along the bar countertop with his flat hand. There's no bar staff in sight. One of the tourist families have spotted the way here, spread out on the deck chairs, are evidently trying to keep away from the party. You look around. You follow an instinct and sit down at the bar. Your place reminds you of your favorite bar in Boston. Only one there that stands on. There's sand on the ground instead of vomits. You feel at home. Some hippie is poking the slushy fruity remains in his cocktail glass with a straw. He nods over you to sit down. It's clearly not his first drink. Where's the bartender? He starts poking his fruit glass and pushes Band-Aid on the place. Don't know. Things were really happening. You get me? The Zeke took off about an hour ago, and since then, no booze. He sighs in a kind of sigh that make you hear from a war veteran. Why would someone simply leave a busy beach bar with unattended supply of alcohol? Something's not right. Wait for his return. Time passes. You bottom slowly comes. Numb, uncomfortable bar stool, but you're now too lazy to move. Finally, about time, some of the tourists proclaim, "What's going on here?" A bored-looking man enters the area behind the bar. You wonder how old he is, but it's really hard to tell with his wearing his stained green shirt. The squiggly G is embroidered on the left breast pocket. This is Zeke, the bartender. The word of the barman's return is spread around. Holiday makers swarms beach bar like bees around Honey Pot. Sorry it took so long. Part-time job at the hotel. He says bored and approaches a little sign to his shirt reads, "Happy to serve you today, Ezekiel." You get around to the Innsmouth specials on me. He expertly lines up a row of tall, highball glasses with a cut of pineapple. People start cheering, "Go Zeke! Go Zeke!" Two men start chanting the enthusiastic jump and down while hugging each other. It takes a little time for the first rush to hit the bar is over. You wonder what you could ask Ezekiel. This place always is busy. There's a steady rush over the bar. The tourists continue to enjoy the drinks, and nobody seems to want to leave the beach bar. Not bad for the northeast coast in late September. This place this busy? Always this busy, you inquire. Nope, bit busier this weekend, but wait until midnight until the party really starts, if you know what I mean. He winks at you. It's going to happen at midnight, what the fuck? No, it's going to happen at midnight. He's betraying his utter cluelessness. He pointedly rolls his eyes. Fine, you won't be in the VIP list, and they're lost. Well, the real party is happening. Ezekiel explains in a condescending tone. Right down on the sea, if you want to be helped, you should go there. You feel a bit queasy to the stomach. Do you want to be hip? Oh, God, yes, yes. You could have some random dude to call you hip. Count me in. How exciting. Only fit with a great difficulty do you manage to keep your composure and continue the conversation. I wonder what you could ask Ezekiel. Let's try the Innsmouth special. Let's get fucked up, dude. What's the Innsmouth special? An STD, the best drink on the whole East Coast, baby. When the techno guy sings songs drunkenly, considering the whole way he holds himself up. A board is a miracle that can be managing to string a coherent sentence together. Surrounding people merely nod. Nobody seems to know the ingredients are actually used in a concoction. Let's try a sip. Better drunk than sorry. Cheers, Ezekiel mumbles without looking at you. He calmly continues to chop up pieces of pineapple to prepare for the next batch of drinks. You sip the glass and taste of a strong alcohol is bitter on your tongue. The orange juice and pineapple pieces barely hide the high rum content. Admittedly, you previously exposed your body fluids and much worse. Tastes awful. Party! Have another sip. Party! You shout, raise your fist in the air. Woo! Party! The young people scream. Before you know, you're part of the party crowd. If you only had 10 years ago how easy to make friends, just raise your glasses. Young blonde named Cheryl or Cherry or Sharon. Anyway, the process of scribbling her phone number on one of the hippies' wrists. Unfortunately, her body has a pen at hand. She used it as a full feather, but the thought that counts to empty your glass bottle handed to Ezekiel. With a heavy heart, you leave the man to his work. You've already spent too much time during this investigation of the beach bar. So now what? The beach breeze makes you sleepy. You trot towards the deck chairs in a haze. Just hurt to rest for a moment. It means you'll be able to resume your mission full of energy or whatever. Most of the chairs are free and offer excellent views of the sea and increasingly cloudy horizon. You're spoiled for choice. So we're private. Stay away from it all. You decided to take on the deck chair from this furthest away from the beach bar and visitors. Yet you're not alone. The family you've already noticed a few times today. Happily chatting parents who are constantly eating their two chronically bad-tempered children, with the four are hard to miss with their loud chatter and tasteless tourist outfits. They settle down on the deck chairs, sipping on some soft drinks. Not too shabby. The dark clouds drawing together on the horizon bore you a little, but they're far away from you enough to simply enjoy the moment on the beach. The beach. Technically, you have been near a beach for the whole time, but you couldn't really switch off the haunting sense of danger, a feeling of paranoia that you simply couldn't shake off. Luckily, paranoia now is gone. Yeah, it happens with the drink, right? A cool sea breeze caresses your face as you tune out some other tourists' annoying conversations. You listen to the murmur of the old waves. The regular fro of the sea has been soothing effect on your eyes. Fall shut. Next thing you hear is swishing around. You awake and regret it instantly. Your head is pounding. You're cold. It's cold. You're freezing. After you had settled down quite comfortably on one of the deck chairs, you now seem to be standing upright. You're pretty damn sure of that. You're standing upright, facing the sea. The green, unhealthy glow of the moon is the only source of light in the dark night. Not only did you take a nap, but it appears that you slept through the whole day. You start to move in order to make your way towards the harbor, but something holds you back. Your hand simply won't follow you. You realize that you have been tied to some sort of pole. Your fingertips can feel a rough, splintery surface. What the fuck, dude? Have you been kidnapped? Are you kidnapped? Hard to say with remember the last moments before you fall asleep. Did you get drunk, or is there still residual alcohol from the night in your bloodstream? Son of a, your voice said if it sounds familiar, thinking maybe one of the guys demanded a drink at the beach bar earlier. You had assumed you were there by yourself. Hello, you ask hopefully. Hey, did he get you too? You will go around trying to look at the guy, but no luck. The ties keep you firmly in position without too much room to move about. So many questions. Are you able to untie me? Hey, are you able to untie me, you ask, hopefully? Ha! I looked, but I can reach my own nose. I've decided to scratch it for half an hour now. You curse while the guy behind me seems to have been tied up just like you. Can't move, he clarifies a few moments later. You've been tied to a pole, salt water spills in your shoes at regular intervals with your socks are soaked in front of you. The vastness of the sea would be relaxing, actually, if it weren't so terribly cold. Hey, what's that? A familiar voice asked behind you. So many people are there with you. Whatever they are talking about, they can't make out anything apart from the green shimmering waves in the pale moonlight. What is it? Don't know. Something. Maybe it was a fish. Couldn't panic. It was a stupid fish. Alan, I know what the damn fish looks like. There, you saw it. Something broke through the surface of the water to immediately dive again. There's something smooth and slimy. You squint. Have been better not to. But yeah. Let's try that again. Something's happening now. Something really good's happening now. Oh, geez, you fucking hear that? You squint. It would have been better not to have had any of the sheep hooch from the beach bar. It's too late for that now. Overall, it would have been better to do so many things differently, only if you could turn back the time. Work on your damn mission. Have more fun. Drink less. You would? Probably drink less. Damn mission. That's right. Where's the child you're supposed to find? Not the beach, that's for sure. Only if you could turn back time would do things much better. Okay, shut up. Splash around. There it is again. It's coming closer. You're seriously nervous. You look at the vase. Shark in the shallow water, army of killer jellyfish, or a giant raging crab. We're not really sure what you're looking out for. Your helpful brain comes up with more and more sea creatures, but unhelpful brain, excuse me. But you actually have no idea what the animal feeds on. Something cold suddenly settles around your ankle. You scream, panic. It's cold and wet and strange. Wong wong, not from here, definitely not from this world. You can see it. They can all see it. They all. One of the men behind you curses loudly and return to your senses again. Holy shit! Someone says behind you, then fails silently in the middle of a sentence. Something crawls up your ankles, higher, under the fabric of your clothes. There are more, 2 than 3, than tentacles glide around your belly, over your arms and your hands. You look like the creature that's been tangling itself all around you as a milky white, slightly transparent, almost like a jellyfish. It sucks your cups that stick to your skin. What the fuck is happening, dude? It holds you in a vice grip, but now you are profoundly terrified by the ice cold touch of the creature. I think they fucked up there. You seem to scream for help, but no sound escapes your lips. You can hear the quiet whimpering from behind, so you assume that the people who are tied behind you clearly see what's engulfing your body. You try to gasp for air, but there's pressure in your chest. The blood simply to your body is interrupted in several places, and numbness sets in. Several places in your body alert you to the fact that you urgently need to change something about the situation. By the time your ribs crack, you've already passed the screams, and the last thing you hear in your life, your screams, your fellow prisoners. The song of the sea. Tentacles pull you to the depths of the sea. Innsmouth waves take me home, the place I belong. That's funny. Okay, well that's the game. That's pretty sweet. I guess I just died there. Kind of want to see the end of the game here. Can I someone has. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Here, I tried a new game here. Here's what they have me do. Hang on. Let's go. I was only in 4 chapters. That's terrible. Oh, no, I don't think so. Let's do a new game, yeah. Someone has the options for me. I can skip most of this. That'd be lovely. More in-app purchases. A cigarette. So who is it? Lighter in. Yep. We've seen all of this. I like how you can die, though. That kind of sucks, though. Kiss her hand next. Keep flirting. Pay her compliments. Go for the jugular. Oh, shit! Oh, I fucked her. Holy shit. I fucked her. Wow. By bus. We'll talk to the cleaner. Leave a donation. Yeah, we'll talk to the cleaner. I'll show your ticket. Yep. Alright, just keep walking. Read the newspaper. Read some more. The side window. Okay, man, we're moving quick now. Turn around. There's the old bitch. Alright, so we'll go to the harbor now. Look around, and then we'll go to the church. We'll join the crowd instead of going in. Oh, God, look at him. He's got, like, tentacles in his beard. What the fuck, dude? Dagon. Try to follow what he's saying. Try to intervene and stand between them. Oh shit, now I can go inside the church? What? Look around the hall and towards the front. Front of we can see a few rows of benches that are still standing upright. You realize you're not alone. That's spooky. Excuse me, Burp City. Walk up to the altar. Or yes, Pop. Gary, my son, is that you? I'll kick your ass, Pa. You old man. Liberal farts. I cannot believe I just fucking read that. I'm not going back to the fucking beach. No, thank you. A sex cult. Oh, no. Winter. White House. It cannot be good. Keep walking up. Inspect the books. You take a moment to examine the box and their contents more closely. Quickly realize these books are almost exclusively non-fiction books. You discover lexicons, grammar for English and Spanish, blah, blah, blah. Up to the last level. Following C. Yep, yep, yep. Jesus, man. God, I'm getting like achievements like fucking left, right, and center, dude. Cocktails. So we'll go to the beach bar. I better not go to the same fucking thing and happen. The same thing better not happen to me. Let's go to the deck chairs. Yeah. I'm more private. I want to be towards the lights. Yeah, I feel like that'd be probably for the best there. A rave! A sex cult! Again! I love raves, dude. Fuck yeah. They come straight out of the water and wear costumes more suitable for Halloween with a rave party. Greenish scales cover their costumes with professional makeup. The scaly skin costumes look super real. The muscular, clumsy, and much too long arms and their lifelike claws. The heads are a mixture of dumb-looking fish and deadly, grisly. Whoever came up with this mask seriously needs a therapist. When you first masked creature reaches the group of dancers, you realize that these guys have seriously trained for this gig. All of them have bodies that can only get through years of hard physical training, guzzling down loads of steroids. They're all so stark naked, you tilt your head involuntarily. Some things on their bodies are quite difficult to replicate, even with paper mache or plastic mold. You know this from your own Halloween craft endeavors. That's fucking funny. It's even more difficult to make these things react authentically. It takes a lot of the willpower to tear you down, eyes away from the sight. The dance group seems to welcome newcomers warmly. They mingle each of the costumes. Giants seem to know exactly with whom they want to spend their evening with. It does not take long for a party guest paired up with one of the fish creatures. You stand a little off to the left and watch as they explore each other's bodies. They start to, oh, whoa. Party is definitely X-rated, a brave choice of the tourist entertainment program. You start still gasping for air indignantly. The couples are already rolling in the sand, groaning with pleasure. They're fucking the fish, man. One of the creature costume giants have not yet found a partner. His milky eye is following you. Uh-oh. He stalks over you with his long legs. One of his claws points at you, then at himself. Oh, Jesus fuck. Oh, why not? Get the hell over here. You say, and you open your arms. You follow it. What follows is private, definitely not R-rated. You're fascinated, no, thrilled with the fish mutant costume. What the fuck, dude? The full lips and long tongue. The bulgy lips of the costumes taste like salt and make you very thirsty. It's cool. It could, of course, also be due to the fact you're sweating and rolling around in sand. This man's long, thin tongue explores the inside of your mouth. It reaches the back of your throat and briefly causes you to gag, which almost ruins your sensual foreplay. That was wild. When the deed is done, you lie on the cool sand. Your partner's enveloping embrace all around you. There are couples who do the same. Together, you look up at the green hue of the starry sky. No words are needed. The man in the fish costume only makes hissing and bleeding sounds, but you have a deeper connection. This is rare. You feel at ease. Maybe for the first time in your life, the time flies too fast. The rave party's over. Most of the dancers from the Innsmouth start walking away back towards the harbor with shaky legs. Your partying is near too. You try to give him your phone number, but he plays dumb. He snarls and shovels towards the ocean. When you think you have found someone who you really live out your animal instincts, the person really enjoys, the person decides to wordlessly disappear into the sea. Typical. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck, dude? I just fucked a fish, dude. I just had sex with a goddamn fish. Downtown. Let's stay in the shadows. Let's ask for some help, I guess. Well, I'm glad I didn't skip past that. I'm just skipping down a lot of stuff. A lot of the shit does not even seem like that important, I guess, you know? Breaking down a door. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? I got some stuff with family early in the morning, then I got work. Then I hope to stream after work, and I hope to stream before the Thanksgiving plans. Like at noon, which might be like 1 p.m. for you. Mug. What do I want to do? Try to provoke a reaction? Yeah. Oh, it's Grandma! How you doing? You have beautiful eyes. I know your charm work, it's magic. You have beautiful eyes, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you little rascal. Can I fuck you too? God, how horny is my character? She wants her to keep her company. Oh god, join her. The patrol's outside. Another achievement, seduced Ethel. Oh my god. I fucked the grandma. Oh my god. Last night was incredibly hot. You say and wink at her. Ethel laughs loudly and pinches your cheek firmly. Thanks, kid. She replies, giggling, and turns back to the dishes. What? That's it? Pretty cool. Goddamn, this woman's so cool. She already drives you crazy. Your movements caused by your hip problems resembles the robot dance. You sincerely hope to be cool when you're 102 years old. Let me know when you're back in town, kid. Ethel's last words before she slams the door in your face. The woman knows what she wants. Time to get out of here. Sunday morning, which no shady patrols, fog-like creatures lurk in the shadows. Every now and then, you have thoughts like, nice place, or not so terrible creep on you. The sunshine helps, definitely. A front of gray clouds is already lurking the horizon, with the bright morning hours ease the paranoia from last night. What helps is the fact that not a single soul is out about. You look like people from Innsmouth. You probably also only venture out at night. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Months later? First ray of sunshine caress your cheek. A good day indeed. Even the traffic light outside your bedroom moderate today, at least for early the day. Oh, fuck, dude. Innocent, exclusively you escaped from Innsmouth. All nice weekend. Well, we escaped. We didn't save the girl, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna call it, you guys. That's a pretty goofy game. I'm pretty much done with it. That was a cool game. I'm glad I got to check it out. I'm sorry this was pretty different from everything else I've ever played, but I'm glad I did it, and I appreciate everyone tuning in. That was pretty fun. I like how in that version, I guess, of the story, we had sex with a fish and a woman who was 102 years old. So yeah, all in all, nice weekend indeed. But we're going to be live tonight over on the Foundry with our Thanksgiving special over on Minecraft. But I'll see you guys later on the next stream. But until then, best lugs.